Mom, we're talking about Roberta Flack. What is your song that you and Daddy dance to?
Tonight, I celebrate my love for you.
Hello and welcome to Dissect the Music. My name's NK Soul.
And my name's Roxy.
So this is a very special episode of Dissect the Music. It's been an interesting 2025 so far. We're not even a quarter of a way through the year, and there have been a number of losses in the music industry. Major, massive losses. And Roxy and I were reflecting on this, and we thought it would be good for us to just talk about some of these artists and how much they meant to us, and even maybe dissect some of their music. The first artist we are going to talk about is
strumming my pain with his fingers.
Born in 1937, hails from North Carolina, Roberta Flack was actually a child prodigy, known to have played piano when she was 9. She went to Howard University when she was 15, studying music, so she's shown herself approved in this space. She actually comes from a musical family. What I understand, her dad was an organist at church, so she's very familiar with the church music. And you know, they always say the best musicians come out of church. In Roberta Flack's case, there is no exception. Her career really takes off in 1968, like the late 60s, where she signs to Atlantic Records and she releases her debut album in 1969. In as much as she spent that whole time building her repertoire, building her reputation in the music industry before she even gets signed, so she's done her 10,000 hours, as they say. She doesn't really get stuck in until her early 30s. For those of you out there that are still trying to figure it out, don't give up. Keep going.
You can't talk about Roberta Flack without mentioning Killing Me Softly. Timeless, legendary song, which was made famous by her and then later on by the Fugees, of course.
I heard he had a style.
Interestingly, Roberta Flack is not the one who originally brought us this song. It actually comes from a lady called Laurie Lieberman.
I heard he had a style.
It has a very interesting story because Laurie recalls going to a Don McLean concert, listening to him perform a song called Empty Chairs.
And the fragrance of your flowers rest beneath my head.
It sort of sends her into this trance. Don and her in this room. She's immediately inspired. She's taken a napkin. She's writing notes on the napkin. She says she presents this napkin to a friend. It's a poem that she's written. And long story short, a lyricist gets his hands on it. She presents it to a lyricist. He's already working on a piece that this song works really well for. Thus, Killing Me Softly is born. And she describes it as the connection between music and people. How it's as if somebody is literally reading into her through the song. On a flight from LA to New York, Roberta's listening to the in-flight music and Killing Me Softly is playing. She's immediately drawn to it. And she's like, I want to do a cover of this. So she gets her jazz buddies and they do the most amazing version. She adds harmony. She changes the vibe completely, adds a real nice, moody, jazzy feel to it. And the response that she's getting is so positive that, in fact, Quincy Jones later convinces her to release it. So he was right to make her do this because she went on to win 2 Grammys off the back of it.
Is that the only time where also the cover won a Grammy as well? Because the Fugees, I think, won a Grammy for Killing Me Softly, if I'm not mistaken. Timeless song.
Creatives are so inspired by almost anything. And something as significant as somebody having a moment at a show goes on to breathe life and purpose into other careers. You never know where your creativity can take you.
Another great Roberta Flack song. You can't talk about Roberta Flack without mentioning First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. I think, again, timeless. And anytime I see a documentary including Roberta Flack or watch a video with her, people always refer to that song.
First time ever I saw your face.
It's such a beautiful vocal. Listening to it, especially in this season, having had to say goodbye to her, it's triggering a lot of memories for a lot of people who have also lost loved ones. So this song came out in 1969. Audiences from that time are obviously a lot more matured now. And this song serves major purposes in people's lives. People dance to it at their weddings. There are various YouTube channels that have posted this song, and you can see the comments underneath where people have said, you know, I played this to my elderly parents before they died. I lost my husband 5 years ago, and this was our favourite song. So the song is sacred now. A lot of people tie this song to everlasting memories of loved ones that have also gone ahead. So it's a really powerful piece of music now.
The number of people that have covered it as well. Elvis Presley has done it.
First time.
Leona Lewis has done it. Diana Ross.
The first time.
George Michael.
First time.
Aaron Neville. Even Stereophonics.
First time.
Another classic which has been highly sampled, If Only for One Night.
Ah,
If only for one night.
this song is definitely for grown folks. But it was contemporized, is that a word? You know, we make up words
It's
here.
a Roxyism.
Yeah, we make up words here, it's fine. It was brought into the modern day music scene by the Terror Squad.
Record this one.
So they sampled it and did a really nice summertime jam. For those people that like to bump big music in their car, Terror Squad did a really good version.
And we can't talk about this song without mentioning Luther Vandross.
If only for one night.
Mom, we're filming an episode of Dissect. We're talking about Roberta Flack. What is your song that you and Daddy dance to?
Our favorite, and will forever be our favorite, is Tonight I Celebrate My Love for You.
I celebrate my love for you.
The lyrics are just beautiful, and every time I get the opportunity, especially when there are other people there, I let them know this song is for me and my darling. I call him my sweetie sweet, my sweet sweetie. That's my husband.
So we've mentioned a number of Roberta Flack songs there. We want to dissect one of them, a classic that we both love. Again, another song that's been sampled and covered many times. And the song is Feel Like Making Love.
Apparently, Eugene McDaniels, who is the producer behind this song, coming home off vacation. Vacation is such an American word. They're coming from holidays. His assistant says, I feel like making love. First of all, what kind of conversation are you having where you can just randomly say something like that? Like, I feel like making love. But that was the inspiration that kicked Eugene McDaniels into gear. Immediately runs to the studio.
I bet it did.
Imagine. That's what she said. So he goes to the studio, pens it down, pause, and Roberta Flack comes in, one take.
Wow.
So here we have this amazing classic.
Well, here it is.
Strolling in the park, watching winter turn to spring.
This song is a great example of why I love what we do, dissecting the music. I've listened to that I don't know how many times, but when you listen to it critically like that, you can hear certain things which you don't appreciate before. The bass line.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the bass line, the chord progressions, the changes in the chords, the little twinkles.
The EPs, they spell out the chord right to start with, and it just sets the scene. It gives me sunshine, like you're out in the fields, like it's just like, it's really pretty. Later on, say maybe towards the third verse, the bass line really kicks it up a notch. The bassist turns up for work. Like I tend to say.
The bassist is absolutely fantastic in this. Some of the decisions they make with the chords, it just, especially if you're a musician, it will just wake you up at that moment. Oh yeah, I'm still here. I know how to play a minor seventh or something. Yeah, it just keeps you on your toes a little bit.
Oh, baby.
A little chromatic move.
Yeah, when they bridge from the chorus to the next verse.
Oh, baby. So this is another song that also has been heavily covered, sampled. What's your favourite cover of this song?
Oh, it has to be D'Angelo's. He brought it into neo soul in the most beautiful way. He gave the vocals respect, didn't do too much. The drum pattern and the groove is kind of what brings it into that new genre. So yeah,
it's got a boom bap kind of feel to it.
boom bap.
And there's several other people who have sampled it or used it. There's Junior Jack, who did Love to You, and Grammatic. He had a song called Dream Big, an absolute classic. Rest in peace, Roberta Flack.
Thank you, Roberta Flack.
So another major loss this year, which was really out of the blue. Dwayne Wiggins from Toni.
Tony's Dwayne Wiggins died at the age of 64 after battling bladder cancer.
A great group from the 90s with hits such as Anniversary. Feels Good. Well, that was like a New Jack Swing classic. Yeah, Loving You. So Dwayne Wiggins, brother of Raphael Sadiq, that's a musical family right there.
Like you say, he's another legend that 1961 brought us, and he hails from Oakland. Oddly enough, I know about Oakland because of Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Do you remember that TV show? Always came across as a really cool place. You could just play sports and play music, and it was just like a really, really beautiful place in the show. And it turns out that his dad is actually a blues guitarist. So again,
Not surprised.
yeah, music in the blood.
It's in the genes.
Toni is made up of himself, obviously, Raphael Sadiq, and a cousin. So it's a family group. They're traveling and they're doing music all over the world. I think they ended up in Europe at some point and then over in Asia. And then after touring with some really major names, they thought, you know what, we could actually do something with this and really build a repertoire, make some money for ourselves. Tony's born, brainchild of the family, but the internet likes to give Dwayne the credit for starting the conversation. The name for the band, apparently it came about.
Dwayne used to put this perm in his hair called a curly kid. It's a relaxer. So he used to slick his hair down, part it, like a Billy D type.
Pretty Tony.
Dwayne said if he would go to school on the first day, his name is Dwayne, but his teacher would call him Tony. His hair was so done, they would say like 3 times like he was Italian, like Tony. And he was playing at this wedding reception and didn't have a name, was our manager, and his brother turned around like, what's the name of the group? And we didn't have a name of the group, and we just laughed and said Tony. And then when he said, ladies and gentlemen, Tony, we looked at it like, dang.
That's it.
Whatever that is sounded right.
Dwayne is noted to be a guitarist, so he started playing guitar when he was 11. So he's, again, like Roberta Flack, has a long track record of practice, obviously put his 10,000 hours in. In 1995, Dwayne goes ahead and starts a record label called Grassroots Records. He's known to have shaped and mentored the careers of the likes of India Arie, Destiny's Child, and Keisha Cole. He just loved giving back. He loved sharing his knowledge, and he's quoted as saying, I love working with artists that inspire me. It's good to know that he is investing in solid ground, if that makes sense, because Destiny's Child, Keisha Cole, India Arie, just to name a few, they went on to have amazing careers.
There's actually a video of Dwayne Wiggins going to Ghana. He talks about
all the time that we were signed to a major label, our major label never brought us to Africa. They brought us everywhere and we were selling millions. They never brought us here. So I came here on my own. Once I experienced it, I was like, hey man, I gotta start bringing more artists out here so they could understand the big picture.
He went during that year of return, and actually it was a coincidence because he didn't know it was the year of return. But then suddenly he was seeing celebrities and go, what are you doing here? And he just talks about the vibrance of the music there and stuff like that. It's a very interesting watch. So Dwayne Wiggins has a lot of songwriting credits, as you mentioned, Destiny's Child and some other artists. But his big song that he wrote for Toni was Lay Your Head on My Pillow. Dwayne Wiggins, a guitarist, his stamp is on that song a lot with the guitar. Sweet, sweet guitar right from the beginning. What are your thoughts?
The chord sequence is so lovely, typical R&B. For me, the vocals are the stars, aside from the guitars, of course. The vocals, the high notes, the harmonies. Beautifully placed.
I do like the bridge as well. It kind of takes you off guard kind of thing. The cutie pie, they all know. Always. Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah, groovy. It's a great song. Dwayne Wiggins, rest in peace. Thank you for the music. Rox, this is a big one. Roy Ayers.
Jazz funk pioneer whose career spanned decades. Roy Ayers has died.
Everybody's searching
or just about everybody's searching for something, whether it be love, happiness, some good vibrations.
What a major void in the world of music there is that man has left.
Absolutely.
Whew. Talking about Roy Ayers would be a whole episode in itself. The first things that come to mind, my mum talks about parties in the 70s. Everyone talks about Running Away.
Yep.
That song. Because I remember my mum played it for me once, and then I thought, this is a Tribe Called Quest song. So Tribe Called Quest, their song Description of a Fool, samples Running Away, and then Common, you know, like Water for Chocolate. Roxy, what do you remember about Roy Ayers, or what do you know about him?
So Roy Ayers was born in 1940, raised in South Park, as it was called then, South Central LA, as we know it now. Again, from a musical family. Mum was a school teacher and piano player, or piano teacher, and Dad played the trombone. He later went on to study music himself, became very accomplished. He's been noted as the king of acid jazz.
Got the man without whom the acid jazz explosion would never have happened, Roy Ayers.
He describes it like the acid liquid in a battery. And if you consider batteries that energize, give life and keep things going. So it's really fitting that that's how he describes the music that he produces and composes. Whenever we talk about Roy Ayers, the song that comes to mind for me is The Golden Rod. That Ubiquity album has so many classics on it. But for some reason, The Golden Rod is the one that I always said, if I was to have a theme song for myself, that any room I walk into, I would have that song playing behind me. It's just a wicked piece of music. It's high energy, the vibraphone solos in there, just wicked.
It's mandatory listening, that album. It's one of those albums, I call it a no skips. Every track is a classic. What we are going to break down would arguably his biggest hit. Or
arguably,
yeah.
Because Running Away is actually noted as one of his biggest. But you're not going to mention Roy Ayers without mentioning this.
A song that was sampled by so many people. It is, of course, Everybody Loves the Sunshine.
In the sunshine.
Come on! Vibes from start to finish.
First of all, that high string note that they just maintain.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it. But there's a phrase that you like to use a lot in that song, his version. There's a lot of room in there. It takes you on a journey.
Right from the beginning. That I associate that sound with Cali now.
Yeah, of course.
That is
absolutely. Yeah, with the West Coast rap.
That West Coast.
Yeah.
It just, without even using the word sunshine, it's brightness for me.
Yeah.
Very appropriately titled. And I love the simplicity in the vocal. The lyrics are so clean and basic.
Yeah.
It's like,
Everybody loves the sunshine.
all he's doing is telling you what he's feeling in that moment.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's simple vibes. It's just joy, and that's it.
And that sound you're talking about, the way it drags.
Yeah.
It's like a portamento. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
And the punches, like you said, it's taking you on a journey and you get to a junction and then the song punches in a way to show you, okay, we're going somewhere else now.
Yeah.
So it's so well done.
I'd love to know how many people have covered this song or sampled it.
According to the internet, at least 188 times. At least. It just goes without saying that the way people have covered it, a lot of them haven't even tried to change it that much. It's just sheer respect for the musicality.
Absolutely.
You don't need to do much. The song is produced in phases. You could take the beginning and create a whole album out of it if you wanted.
It's a producer's dream.
It's a producer's dream.
Absolutely, yeah, it just resonates.
His power and influence, even outside the studio. He's done interviews where he's spoken about his various experiences in life, the people that he's met, the people he calls friends. You know, like he's spent time with some accomplished artists. Like he tells a really funny story and he talks about how he's with Miles Davis.
Miles will hit you in the stomach to see if you're in shape. And I was at the house at the time George Foreman was going to fight Ali. I was close to Miles. Every time I was close to him, I would tighten up my stomach. And Miles hit me in the stomach real quick and I said, ugh. And he said, oh, you're in shape. Somebody hitting me in the stomach, but Miles Davis, That was incredible.
He talks about spending time with the likes of Fela Kuti, another major influence in African music and music in general.
Being with Fela brought me closer to Africa and the African ways, the ways of the African. Incredible musician, incredible dancer, incredible singer. He's very political. Fela Kuti, you know, a mastermind, a great man.
You know he's going to be impactful because the people that are making impact are attracted to him. So I fully respect his legacy and thank God he was able to share it with us.
Roy Ayers, one of the all-time greats. Rest in peace. One of my favorite, I say this a lot, but honestly, one of my favorite artists ever. I've seen her live several times. When I heard the story of her passing, I was absolutely devastated. It is the one and only Angie Stone.
Singing about tomorrow, I'm wishing this day would pass.
Angie Stone, Angie. Wow.
Angie B. This lady is so underrated, and it's quite difficult to have to process that it took for her to pass away to finally get the credit that she deserves. She is a major player in the neo-soul space, but she also didn't really receive enough credit for being one of the first, or being part of one of the first female rap groups ever to come out. Born in 1961. She was part of a hip-hop trio called The Sequence.
We're the Sequence crew, just doing the do a rock shot in the house for you.
They were later signed to Sugar Hill Records. And of course, if you know the name, the Sugar Hill Gang. Apparently, Angie says that she and her group actually did a lot of underground work for the Sugar Hill Gang in terms of writing some of their songs and things. And again, didn't get much credit for it, you know? So she says that her and her group actually set the blueprint for female hip hop, combining sort of rhythm, blues, and vocal. Right. There weren't many groups that were singing in their rap songs. So come the 1990s, fast forward now, she's left the group, and she noted as saying that, you know, she didn't leave for any reason except that she believed that she had more to give. There was a lot of things going on within the group that was sort of undermining their abilities, and she decided to go solo, not because she fell out with any of the girls in the group. In fact, she's noted as saying that they stayed in touch right up until the end. There's only one member of the group that they weren't as close to, but not for any animosity.
The video of the funeral is on YouTube, and one of the members comes and does a long eulogy.
I'm not going to say goodbye, but I'm going to tell you, Angie, I'll see you soon. I'll see you later. I'm going to miss you. I love you so much.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. So she launches her solo career in the 90s. But interestingly, her first love was acting. If she had it her way, she'd have been an actress.
It makes sense though. It like, if you see her live, like she was a performer and a comedian and very, very engaging and a great storyteller. So yeah,
Fair enough.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, and she actually does make a comment that she is like the polar female opposite of Jamie Foxx, who wanted to make it as a singer, and made it as an actor.
Yeah.
It's that kind of
dynamic.
One thing I loved about Angie Stone is that in the midst of all of the politics within the industry, she was very respectful. She was very aware of who was doing what. And I guess towards the end, where she became a lot more vocal about what her experiences were, I think she just wanted that respect back.
I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made. They're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me.
You know, it didn't seem like
she
much to ask.
A major player that just didn't get the recognition that she really deserved.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favourite Angie Stone songs?
In an effort not to sound like a pick-me, Brotha, I think, is one of the most beautiful songs written. And it came out at a time for me where females were starting to get a bit more sexualized. It was a lot more trendy to start showing yourself off a bit more. But this song shone a light in a completely different direction for me. I'm starting to see how men can be appreciated in music. Angie Stone wrote a really beautiful song of support and empowerment for black men especially. And it was really nice to hear somebody say, look, I'm proud of you. You know, it's hard being a man. It's hard being a black man. Your sisters are here to support. It's a beautiful message. And I feel like it's a song that didn't get enough play.
She, like you said, put a different spin on the male-female dynamic is in the black community. And she was like, I'm going to support and build up and lift up and shine a light on the positive side of the black male experience. When I saw her live, she did say that the words say black brother, but you can apply it to supporting your man no matter where you're from. It really is an anthem of women supporting and loving their male counterparts. So yeah, it's
beautiful song.
Great choice, great choice.
Absolutely.
Any others?
No More Rain.
My sunshine. Take a minute to kick it like this.
It's an even more powerful song now considering what's happened. The vocal on it is amazing. The piano accent.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
It's very nice.
Angie Stone, another artist that has been sampled a number of times. No More Rain was sampled. There's a Wookiee remix of that. So it's like a garage remix.
Funk You Up by her girl group in 1979 sequence, that's been sampled several times. Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars.
Uptown Funk You Up. Uptown Funk You Up.
Dr. Dre. Ding Ding Dong. Love of My Life Worldwide. Have you heard that one with Erykah Badu?
Oh yes.
Angie Stone's even on it. Powerhouse of women came together on that one.
Do you know a song that comes to mind now, which we didn't even mention? When she did a duet with Omar. And at the end, Omar's goes... We've mentioned a number of Angie Stone songs there, but we're going to dissect what was arguably her biggest hit. A song which also sampled another song, which was by the OJs, Backstabbers. It is, of course, Wish I Didn't Miss You.
I wish I didn't miss you anymore.
Hearing that song, it makes me miss her. Do you know what I mean? Literally. What does that evoke in you?
For me, it's the vocal. So the sample has a lot of meat in it. Not too much work has been done re-engineering that.
Right.
And what's nice about it is it serves as a really nice bed for the vocal. So again, all you hear is the beauty in her voice.
Yeah.
Addition of the extra harmony in the ooze.
We
love the ooze. She's got like these 1960s kind of harmonies going on. It's a really, really nice vocal.
Those 60s vibes of the it just fits perfectly. So you can tell she's from that era, but she's also current.
Yes.
So she melds that really, really beautifully. But yeah, Angie Stone, one of the all-time greats who did not get her flowers fully while she was here, but we are going to make sure that we give them to her. So Angie Stone, we will always remember you and love you and your music. Rest in peace. So as I mentioned at the start of the show, it's been a very interesting and a difficult year for the music industry. We've spoken about some great legends, but there have been more people that have passed this year, and I think it's only right that we at least mention them and give them their flowers and say, rest in peace, thank you for the memories, thank you for the music. So here they are.
In as much as today's episode has been really somber and reflective, I think it's important to note that these legends have left us some really, really amazing music to keep our spirits uplifted and to remember that there is beauty in creativity. So we salute the work that has been done, but let's keep the vibes going, shall we?
Amen to that. So this has been Dissect the Music. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. My name is NK Soul.
And my name's Roxy.
Take care. Peace.